Taiwan's military said on Monday that 71 Chinese warplanes were spotted in waters around the country, the largest incursion ever reported. Among the group of planes, 47 were tracked breaching Taiwan's Air Defense Identification Zone, or ADIZ. This is not Taiwan's airspace, but the zone serves as a security buffer for defense purposes. More than 40 fighter jets, 3 radar planes, and 2 drones were tracked in the ADIZ. Over 37 of those planes crossed the median line of the Taiwan Straits, an unofficial boundary between China and Taiwan. The urging comes just days after the U.S. signed its National Defense Authorization Act, which earmarked $10 billion in loans for Taiwan to modernize its defense capabilities. For more on the incursion and the defense bill, our reporter Jaime Ocon spoke to Ben Lewis, an independent defense analyst based in Washington, D.C.
The United States has signed this National Defense Authorization Act, the NDAA, which includes almost $10 billion for funding for Taiwan to modernize its forces. How significant is this?
I think it's quite significant. I mean, major parts of $2 billion of the fund is in loans. So Taiwan will be able to expedite its weapons acquisition, which I think is very significant. And then just the amount of money we're talking about, that's a lot of capabilities that Taiwan can acquire. And I think it's definitely the right move by both the United States and Taiwan to have agreed on something like this. And for it to come at this time when Taiwan needs to be acquiring these capabilities because the PLA is acquiring capabilities. So I think it's very significant, and I think it's really a step in the right direction in the U.S.-Taiwan relationship.
China's government released a statement saying that they disapprove of this collusion between the United States and Taiwan. And how have you seen China react so far?
China's reaction has been pretty significant, in my opinion. I mean, despite, in addition to the strong words, there's been a major military exercise somewhere in the Taiwan Strait area, we don't know where, involving naval and air assets. And then today, 71 aircraft were tracked around Taiwan, and 47 of those aircraft were tracked inside the ADIZ, which is the third highest number in one day on record, and it's the highest number in one day since August of 2022. Another note about the ADIZ violations today was we had the highest number of median line crossings in one day. So we had 37 median line crossings out of the 47 aircraft. So that was a large number of median line violations, mostly fighter aircraft. In addition, we had special mission and support aircraft and 2 UAVs counted among. So a diverse set, not as diverse as we had last week, but a large number and definitely a notable fact that it was such a large number of median line violations.
What specifically do you think upset China the most about this Defense Authorization Act?
Well, I don't think it was the money. I think it was the fact that the bill opens up for Indo-PACOM to conduct multilateral military exercises with Taiwan, multi-domain military exercises. It talks about inviting Taiwan to Rim of the Pacific in 2024. It, in addition to providing funds, it puts the Taiwan-U.S. relationship front and center for America's priorities in the region. And that's a very dramatic shift. And I think it's something China is definitely concerned about, because that means that if this relationship continues to develop, President Biden has said America will come to Taiwan's defense. It seems as if China's going to have to calculate, okay, if I choose to invade Taiwan, I may be fighting the United States, I may be fighting Japan, I may be fighting South Korea or Australia. That increases the risk. It increases the needed capabilities. It increases the cost. And so China, I mean, if I was China, I'd be unhappy too, quite frankly.
That was our reporter Jaime Ocon speaking to Ben Lewis, an independent defense analyst based in Washington, D.C.